When most people think of artificial intelligence, they picture a robot that moves around and answers questions in a robotic way. This is what most people think of when they think of AI. There are many different kinds of artificial intelligence, but humanoid robots are one of the most well-known. They've been portrayed in a number of Hollywood movies, and if you read science fiction, you've probably come across a few humanoids. Leonardo da Vinci made one of the first humanoids in 1495. It was a suit of armor that could stand, walk, and sit down. Even scarier, it moved like a living person was inside of it. Research was the main reason why people first started to work on AI for humanoids. They were used in studies to figure out how to make better prosthetics for people. Humanoids are being made right now for a number of reasons, one of which is to study them. Humanoids of today are made to do a wide range of jobs that were once only done by humans and to fill a wide range of positions in the workforce. Depending on what the company needs, they might work as receptionists, personal assistants, or front desk officers, among other jobs. Making a humanoid is a very hard process that takes a lot of time, work, and research. Most of the time, inventors and engineers have to deal with different problems. First-grade sensors and actuators are very important, and even the smallest mistake could cause a problem. Humanoids have parts like sensors and actuators that make it possible for them to move, talk, and do tasks. People think that humanoid robots are robots that look like humans. That is, they have arms and legs as well as a head and a body. This is not always the case though, because some humanoids have nothing in common with humans. Some are based on the design of just one or a few parts of the human body, like the head. Most of the time, robots that look like people are either androids or gynoids. Androids are humanoid robots that are made to look like human men, while gynoids are made to look like human women. The way that humanoids work depends on a few key traits. They have sensors that help them learn about their surroundings. Some of them can have cameras that help them see more clearly. Motors that have been strategically placed all over their bodies control how they move and what they do. Most of the time, these kinds of motors are called actuators. Putting together these robots that look like people takes a lot of time, money, and research. First, the human body is taken apart, looked at, and analyzed so that a clear picture can be made of what will be duplicated. The next step is to decide what the humanoid will be used for, such as a job or something else. Humanoid robots are made for a number of different reasons. There are also ones that are made just to try things out or learn more. Others are made so that people can have fun with them. Some humanoids are made to do specific jobs, like being an AI-powered personal assistant or helping older people in assisted living facilities, for example. Before a fully functional humanoid can be made, scientists and inventors need to make systems that work like human body parts and then test them. The next step in making a humanoid is for them to go through the coding process, which is one of the most important steps. Coding is the step where the inventors program the humanoid with instructions and codes that allow it to do tasks and answer questions about them. Doesn't seem like much of a challenge, does it? But it would be foolish to think that making a humanoid is as easy as making a kite or a slingshot in your garden. This would be a very stupid thing to think. Engineers face a number of challenges when trying to make humanoid robots that are fully functional and look real, even though these robots are becoming more popular. The following are some of the problems. Actuators, which are often called motors, are parts that play a role in motion and the way that motion is carried out. The human body is a living thing that can move around. You can easily pick up a rock, throw it across the street, spin around 7 times, and then dance the waltz. All of these things could happen between 5 to 15 seconds apart. To make a humanoid robot, you need actuators that are strong and efficient, able to copy the behaviors being copied in a flexible way and in the same amount of time or even less. Actuators need to be very good at what they do so they can do many different things. With sensors, humanoids can learn more about their surroundings and interact with them. Humanoids need all of the human senses, such as touch, smell, sight, hearing, and balance, to work properly. The humanoid must have a hearing sensor so that it can hear orders, figure out what they mean, and then act on them. The touch sensor stops it from running into other things or hurting itself in the process. The humanoid needs a sensor to help it move in a balanced way. It also needs sensors to detect heat and pain so that it can tell if it's in danger or being hurt. For the humanoid to be able to make different facial expressions, its face sensors need to work and be able to store a large number of different expressions. It's hard to make sure that these sensors are both available and working correctly. AI-based interaction. Humanoid robots can't really talk to people in a meaningful way. In this situation, you can't say enough about how important artificial intelligence is. It can help figure out questions, orders, and comments, and it might even be able to respond with wit and sarcasm and understand strange cryptic babbling. But because some humanoid robots are so useful and look like people, their popularity has grown a lot in recent years. Here are a couple of them. Sophia is the first human robot in the world that can do everything on its own. On October 11, 2017, she went to the United Nations for the first time. She became a citizen of Saudi Arabia on October 25th. This made her the first humanoid robot in history to get citizenship. Hanson Robotics made Sophia, a humanoid robot that can do a lot of things. She's said to be able to show many different emotions and can make up to 50 different facial expressions at once. Her artificial intelligence is based on human values, and her eyes can show many different feelings. The same could be said about how funny she is. This humanoid's design was based on the late British actress Audrey Hepburn. Sophia has done a number of interviews and spoken at conferences since she became a citizen. She's quickly become one of the most well-known humanoids in the world. The Humanoid TV presenter is a humanoid robot that was first made in Japan. Her name is a combination of the Japanese word for child, kodomo, and the word android. She's also fluent in a number of languages and can read the news and tell you what the weather will be like. She works at the Museum of Emerging Science and Innovation in Tokyo, which is where she was sent when she was hired there. Gia is a humanoid robot that was made by a team at the University of Science and Technology of China over the course of 3 years. She can have conversations, but she can't move around much and her speech is stuttering. She doesn't have a full range of expressions yet, but the team is working on her plans to make more improvements and give her the ability to learn in the near future. Even though both her speech and vocabulary have a lot of room for improvement, she's still pretty realistic. The time of humanoid robots has come, and given how quickly AI has grown in the past few years, it's possible that we'll see them soon everywhere. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for more.